My parents divorced over one word. I didn't realize what it actually broke until years later. My parents didn't divorce over cheating, or money, or abuse. They divorced because my mom thought my dad said the word jerk. He actually said sure, and somehow that misunderstanding destroyed our entire family. I was 8 years old when it happened. I didn't know what marriage really was yet, but I knew what yelling sounded like, and that night, the yelling felt different, sharper, louder, like it wasn't going to stop. My dad was talking to my older brother in the kitchen, just a normal conversation. I don't even remember what it was about. All I remember is my mom storming in and screaming, "Did you just call me a jerk?" My dad looked genuinely confused and said he hadn't. He said he'd just said sure. That didn't matter. What started as a misunderstanding turned into hours of screaming, then days, then weeks. By the end of it, they didn't even sound like people who loved each other anymore. They sounded like strangers who hated sharing the same air. Later that night, my dad packed a bag. He didn't slam the door. He didn't yell goodbye. He just said he was going to stay with his parents for a while. I remember thinking, okay, so when does he come back? No one answered that question. After that, nothing was stable. Sometimes we stayed with my mom, sometimes with my dad at my grandma and opa's house. Sometimes it felt random, like no one was really in charge. I hated it. I complained constantly, not because I didn't love my grandparents, I did, but because I was tired of living out of bags. Eventually, my dad moved back into our old house, and my mom moved in with her dad. Then she got her own place. That's when the schedule became official. 1 week with mom, 1 week with dad. Switch every Sunday. I learned very early that Sundays were for goodbyes. About 2 years later, my dad sat us down. I still remember how careful his voice sounded. He asked if it was okay if he started dating again. I don't remember what my siblings said. I just remember what I felt. I felt like I didn't get to say no. Not because I agreed, but because I already knew that kids with divorced parents don't get to have big feelings without consequences. So I stayed quiet, and quiet became a habit. Eventually, my dad started dating my stepmom. When we were introduced, she brought her daughter with her, my stepsister. I'll call her table salt, because if I don't laugh a little, this story gets heavy fast. At first, everything felt forced but fine. Then my dad changed. Slowly, my dad became someone I didn't recognize. He yelled, a lot, over things that didn't matter. Dishes, tone, facial expressions. If we stood up for ourselves, he called it snotting. If we didn't sound submissive enough, we got lectured. Most conversations felt tense, like I was always one wrong word away from being in trouble. Meanwhile, table salt could do no wrong. She was the golden child, and when we said we weren't comfortable calling her our sister yet, my dad would launch into these long speeches about blood family versus chosen family, as if comfort was something you could lecture a kid into. Eventually, it got so bad that my older brother stopped talking to my dad completely. I didn't blame him. What I didn't realize at the time was that this wasn't a one-sided problem. My stepmom treated table salt the same way my dad treated us, just quieter. No lectures, no yelling, just favoritism. It didn't really click until years later, when table salt and I finally talked about it. She told me things I never knew, like how her mom used to spend holidays, even Valentine's Day, just the two of them, until she didn't anymore, until my dad came first, and suddenly table salt was the one watching from the outside. That was the moment it hit me. It wasn't just me. It was never just me. We were both being replaced in different ways. Nothing magically changed after that. My dad still treated us the same. My stepmom still played favorites. But something shifted anyway, because now I wasn't alone in it. Table salt and I understood each other in a way no one else did. We were raised in the same house, feeling equally unwanted, just by different parents. And somehow, that made us family in a way no lecture ever could. My parents divorced over one word. But what really broke our family wasn't the argument, it was everything that came after. The silence, the favoritism, the way kids learn to shrink themselves to keep the peace. At least now, I don't have to shrink alone.